Hey everybody, welcome to Fly Tying After Dark. My name is Ben Rowell. I am the owner and guide at Highway 3 Angler in Alaska's Susitna Valley. Since this is a live show, if there's any issues with the sound or video, please let me know in the comments. If you're going to watch these videos at a later date, you can check them out on the Highway 3 Angler Facebook page or on the Highway 3 Angler YouTube page. If there's any questions while I'm tying flies tonight, please let me know in the comments. There's also a question of the night that I have pinned at the top of the comments section. And that question is, what is the dumbest thing you have ever done on the river? If you want to share with us, that would be great. I'm going to share with you what I think is the dumbest and most embarrassing thing I've done. I'll share that towards the end here. We're going to tie a couple of flies tonight. And actually, I'm going to do a bonus fly at the end. But the first fly we're going to tie tonight is a micro flesh fly. It looks like this, called micro flesh. And the second fly I'm going to tie tonight is a micro or a jigged micro llama. Looks like that. There's kind of a theme of micro going on. My wife was like, you should drink a micro brew while you're tying your micro flies. So I guess I am. I'm going to do that. Bear Paw River Brewing Company in Wasilla. This is their Square Pow IPA. So micro brew right down the street. They're opening up in a new brewery at the end of KGB. It's going to be fantastic. So we got the Daiichi 1530 size 12 hook. Got some Vise 8/0 thread in white. I just have about 2-inch long pieces of Krystal Flash, pearl Krystal Flash. I'm going to tie in at the midpoint, just behind the eye of the hook. I'm going to fold it back over itself, so now there's 4 strands, and I'm going to cut it so it's about twice as long as the shank of the hook. Next, I'm going to take a small piece of the rabbit zonker in white. And this is just, you can see the hide portion is probably a 1/2 inch. I'm going to cut that down to maybe a 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch right there. I'm going to bring the thread up to just in front of the Krystal Flash. I'm going to tie in at the very tip of this rabbit. Build up a head and do 3-wrap whip finish. And there you have it, the micro flesh. It doesn't get much simpler than that. two materials in the thread and the hook. This is a small fly that could be dead drifted. Anywhere you would fish a normal flesh fly. After salmon spawn, you see salmon carcasses in the river or on the gravel bar. That's when you fish this fly. Okay. Don't have any comments right now. So, question of the night. What is the dumbest thing you've ever done on the river? If you wanna tell everybody, let me know in the comment section. This week I got a new book, Game Changer by Blaine Chocolate, and definitely not simple flies, but I thought it'd be something fun to try. Always looking for new patterns and new ideas, so I'll give that a try. Okay. Our next pattern that we're going to tie tonight is the Jigged Micro Dalai Llama. That's what it looks like, right? So we're going to start off with a Firehole 516 jig hook in size 10. I'll put on there a Firehole gold slotted tungsten bead 5/32. I'm just going to start some white thread to set this bead in place. This is the Vise 8/0. I'm going to use a little iced up pearl for an underwing on this. That's what I'm going to put down first. So I'm going to take a pinch of it. A little bit too much there. I'm going to take a pinch and I'm going to just start pulling it apart until I got about a 1-inch stack. And then with the thread just behind the bead, I'm going to tie in this stack in the middle. And then fold it over on itself. Get all these loose fibers out of here. One of the things with this camera is it picks up every fiber. Next up, just need a some green or olive rabbit or zonker. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut the fibers from the flesh. So I've just got a stack of fibers, and I want this to be sticking past the bend in the hook here, maybe about a quarter to a half inch. Tie it in the same spot. Tie it in that ice stub. Trim up the rest of those I'm going to spin this, and then I'm going to take some white rabbit zonker. Just going to cut off a small piece here. Just cut off a small piece, and I'm going to, once again, I'm going to grab the fibers by the tips and cut off the hide. I want these fibers to be just shorter, just a tad bit shorter than the green ones. Okay, and then what a lot of people think is the key to a regular sized Dalai Lama is the lateral scale flash that runs down the sides. So I just need one strand that I'm going to cut just about 4 inches off of. Cut that in half again, so I have two 2-inch pieces. I'm going to tie this in right alongside the shank of the hook, like this. Put it on my side. And I'm going to tie it in the middle, and I'm going to fold the other piece back. I'm going to trim it so it's just a little bit longer than the rabbit fibers. And I'm going to turn it and do the same thing on the other side. 2-inch piece and tie it in the middle. Fold it back so there's 2 strands coming back. I'll trim it so it's just past the tips of the fibers. Now what I'm going to do behind this bead is take, I think I'm going to, you can do, well you have options. You can take some more rabbit fibers in green or olive and use that as a dubbing, or you can use some of the ice dub pearl and use that to make a little collar behind the bead, and I think that's what I'll do on this one. And a 3 wrap whip finish. Two of those on this fly. Cut that off. I'm just going to rub a brush on that dubbing just to pick it out a little bit. And there you have the Jigged Micro Dalai Lama, or Llama. See if we can get a better view of that. It's funny, what we think is micro in Alaska oftentimes isn't considered micro in other places. Alright, we got any? So the question of the night is, what is the dumbest thing you've ever done on the river? So I'm going to tell you what I did. I had a probably 12-hour float planned on a river here in South Central Alaska, and it was one raft with 3 of my buddies, and the raft was kind of small for all 4 of us to be in, and we had lots of gear. So before we got in the raft, I decided to only bring 1 rod, and I put my other rods back in the car. And about 10-15 minutes after we launched the boat, we pulled over at a gravel bar to fish for sockeye or red salmon, and I got my fly hung up on a rock. And I can't even believe I did this when I think about it. I was trying to get it out, try to get it unsnagged, and I reached about a foot above the cork, going like this, and the rod snapped. And this fly that I was trying to save probably costs 15 cents to tie if you're tying your own. And that was pretty embarrassing, because now we're 15 minutes into a 12-hour day and I have no rod. And I don't think, who wants to lend their spare to the guy that just broke his trying to retrieve a 15-cent fly. So the funny thing is, when you see this fly, you're gonna be like, "Why'd you do that? What were you thinking?" So I'm gonna tie the fly right now. This is the fly that I broke my rod trying to save. So this is a red Gamakatsu. Oh, let me get this going there. So this is a red Gamakatsu, size 4, pretty sure. And some Vise 8/0 thread, and I'm going to put down just behind the eye. I have some, this is Troutman Flashy Fiber. It's just a flash. Kind of like Flashaboo. I'm going to just cut a couple of strands from here. Just have 2 strands. I'm gonna cut them in half. And I'm gonna cut them in half again. So far we have the hook, 2 strands of this pink or red Flashaboo. So I have about 8 strands and about 2 inches long, and I'm going to tie this in just behind the eye of the hook in the middle of the strands. 3 wraps. I'm going to fold it back. I'm going to grab the flash. I'm going to trim it just past the bend in the hook. Build up a little head here. I'm laughing because I'm not getting to concentrate. I'm laughing because this is the fly I broke my rod trying to save. So there you have it. It's called the Red Hot. This is actually a pattern in a book. I think according to the book, it says it used to be a pretty popular fly for reds and pinks and silvers, especially down in Kodiak. So this was the fly, the Red Hot, that I broke my fly rod trying to save. Okay, the question of the night. We don't have anyone else replying to the question of the night tonight. Again, my name is Ben Rowell. I'm the owner and guide at Highway 3 Angler. This is fly tying after dark, where I tie simple flies that catch Alaska's trout and salmon. You may have noticed over my right shoulder, it's not dark anymore when I do this. We're getting a lot of sunshine these days. So the snow's melting, and pretty soon the ice is going to start flowing down the creeks, and we're going to get out fishing maybe in a month or so on some moving water. So that's going to be it for tonight. I want to thank everybody for watching. We'll do this again next week. Make sure you like and follow the Highway 3 Angler Facebook page, and you'll receive a notification on when the next Fly Tying After Dark is scheduled, and you'll get a reminder when it's about to start and when it does start. So thanks everybody. Have a good night.